today we are going to talk about MVU MVI, about how can you utilize different Firebase products with it. And basically here is an agenda. First of all, can you write in the chat, do you work or have you worked with MVU MVI? Did you like it at all? And just in case, because we understand that there may be different people, somebody haven't worked with these technologies yet. So basically we will present what is it about like overall, we'll talk about a few important terms here, and then we will get basically into the weeds. We'll talk about how to structure a model, and Etienne will definitely share with us a lot of his experience working with real-time Firebase data stores, and basically the way how can you stream the data and do everything based on it and stuff like that. So yeah, here is the agenda for today. And again, let us know how proficient you are already in it. So we'll be able to tailor this talk, this presentation, depending on basically our audience. And let's probably start with the thing about how do different apps work overall. Cool. And basically, if we will look at it, what do we see? We have a phone, and basically this phone provides us some touch events. These touch events get into our apps. Our apps do something with these touch events. Maybe it was a click, maybe it was a swipe, and so on. We may make some network request to the server, but eventually our app returns to the phone something like pixels to draw. This is a simplified kind of thing. And when different software engineers looked at, okay, how should we structure the app? At some moment, they came up with this idea of unidirectional flow, and that means that everything should go just like in one way, for example, clockwise, as you can see it here. So that something happens and gets from the phone to the app, then something happens within the app, and basically the phone gets something to display. And if we get into some like a little bit more level of granularity, we understand that usually our views, and I mean this may be Android view system, this may be Jetpack Compose, basically anything that is able to show something, I mean our objects into the phone screen so the user understands what's happening. This is happening basically on the phone, and we can call it view. And at the right, within the app, we can say that, okay, we have a couple of important things here. First of all, we need to understand how do we handle these touch events, for example, that, okay, there is a touch event, in other words, there is an action or there is an event, and basically when this event happens, for example, a click, we want to update the app state. And basically you see this big block of update. That means that, again, we want to somehow handle the touch, and we get to the model. And the model understands that, oh, okay, the previous state was like this, and the action was like this. Probably I should go to the backend, to something, and show the state to the user. And basically this state is, again, gets to the view to be drawn. And basically this is the MVU in kind of two words. So you can see that, again, we have view on the kind of the phone part, we have updated model state in the app, and of course the view itself will be handled in the app as well, but just to make it kind of more visualized, more clear, this is one of the way to look at it. And that would be nice and simple if it would be just like this, but actually you cannot just take, for example, touch and calculate something within the function itself. So it would be like a pure function, if you have ever heard it. And basically a pure function is a function that always produces the same output for the same input. And that's not always the case when we are considering network, when we are considering database and stuff like that. And again, if we look at this schema and simplify it, so we have a view. This view sends some message. This message gets into the update function. It gets processed and it creates a new state. This is in the simplest and ideal world. The real world, though, is a little bit more complicated. So in addition to this model view update, we actually have some things that we want to, again, go to the network and send the comment to this network. And then later we receive an update. And for example, if you concentrate again on the left part, the way it can be is that when a user did pull to refresh action, that is a message, pull to refresh happened. This pull to refresh message happens, gets to update. Update function updates our state that, okay, we are in loading, and this is the left part of the loop. But in parallel, we are also sending a command to the network that, oh, okay, network, please update our data. And this data updates in runtime, and that runtime basically returns another message to update. And then we understand that, oh, okay, the response came, so we should just show a list of items or something like this. And basically here is a full-blown MVU.